come along. We are connecting the Dark Side of the Moon, the finale, Robin, the Thessal Hydra. Let's go. Let me catch you up to speed on how we got here. We figured out that the documentary was a mockumentary. In the mockumentary, we found out the writing was on the walls. And the walls was the Dark Side of the Moon album cover, which was the chromatic. We also discovered that the Dark Side of the Moon goes with Wizard of Oz. There's a lot of Wizard of Oz references in Stranger Things. Then we tried to put it with the finale. It works, syncs up perfectly. We tried it with the documentary. It syncs up perfectly as well. The music highlights certain moments, certain frames, and each frame synchronizes with the music, and certain parts highlight certain lyrics from the album. Now, first you're going to say, coincidence. Mathematically impossible, though, to do. You cannot accidentally match over 2 hours, 2 hours and 8 minutes, match it exactly note for note, movement for movement, and the lyrics on top. And let's say Ian Zimmerman of the finale did that. Maybe he's a savant and he just really loves Dark Side of the Moon and he just accidentally did that. If you believe in magic, sure. But then to have different editors for the documentary One Last Adventure do the exact same thing by accident, it is mathematically impossible. Music and math go together. Impossible to do that accidentally twice with 3 different people editing. No, impossible. The frames that I noticed. There were several frames that I noticed and several changes to the story. Robin. Let's talk about Robin. The first frame that seemed odd about her was this. It happened right after a shot of Henry looking sinister, looking out to the kids. He's looking at his purpose. He has to get those kids. For what reason? He says that it's to stop monsters. And what we know from what Will said is that Henry does not lie. He will tell you to your face that he's about to gut you and your family and your friends and all you love. He was telling the truth. He is trying to stop a monster. He can be a monster while trying to stop another monster. In the second round of the Dark Side of the Moon, it begins with Henry at the front of the cave, attempting to step in, struggling. The music is giving a heartbeat. And someone's saying, I've been mad for effing years. I've been mad. And we see the shots of him flashing back to his traumatic moment of being shot in the left hand. It works perfectly, expressing his chaos. The third round of this album, starting from the beginning again, I've been mad for effing years, is Robin on her radio frequencies, influence. And the music is so sinister, it makes her seem like she has won something dastardly. And she gives party favors. She blows party favors in celebration. And yes, it's for the graduation, but when you have it on mute so you don't hear the words, there's a different context with the music and the lyrics. Another thing. When we see Robin on the roof, we notice that she's wearing earrings. We don't usually see that on Robin. One is of a sword, the other a dinosaur. What for? Well, let's go back and think about that frame that I talked about, that the music highlighted. Her and what we consider the Mind Flayer. Everyone has been looking for this Thessal Hydra, waiting for a dragon. Henry warns Holly that in the woods there are monsters. we only see scorpions. Interesting. Now let's go back into some D&D. Not back into, but let's get into. We've talked about Thessalhydra, but have we talked about Tiamat? Tiamat. Titles: Archdevil, the Avarice, Bane of Bahamut, creator of evil dragonkind, the chromatic dragon, the dragon queen, the dark lady, the Many-Mod, queen of chaos, queen of evil dragonkind, also known as the mother of dragons. Stay with me. Tiamat was effectively a prisoner within the lair of Avernus, in a similar way to devils. Tiamat could not leave the plane of her own will, but instead only through a powerful summoning ritual. The lair was also inhabited by Tiamat's mates and their descendants. The realm was generally avoided by demons, who were aware of Tiamat's lack of interest in the blood war. It was, however, occasionally visited by devils, offering gifts, hoping to seal bargains with Tiamat. Tiamat is also known for her cave of greed.
No, it's anti-capitalist. The consumer, it's a metaphor. The more she eats, the hungrier she gets. Okay, well, I mean,
To be fair, this also implicates Max, because she had a cave of treasures that was also Max. But remember, there were 2 scorpions. Who was the one that got Mike to change the song to Purple Rain, aka Prismatic Spray, the deadliest because it causes blindness? You lose your wisdom. Who was the one who encouraged Will to make a connection with Vecna, to be a receiver? Okay, here's where things now kind of get tricky, because she can be confused for another goddess, Takesis, who also appears as a 5-headed dragon and the form Dark Lady. So not only is she a dragon, she can appear in human form. There's the option that Elle could be Tiamat, or she could be Takesis. Either way, we're going to have a dragon fight, or at least we need one if we want to win. There is also the option that Robin is part of the cult of the dragon, or that she's one of the heads of the dragon. 5 heads, 5 colors, meaning that there are 4 other suspects that may be helping Tiamat and the Thessalhydra. One of her realms is the 9 hells, and to get from the abyss to the 9 hells, you need the blood rift. This is her humanoid form that includes a tail with a venomous stinger. Scorpion! And then another quick little thing. You know how Matt Differ always wears the alien shirt. Who is the traitor in Alien? Ash, the humanoid. And if Tiamat needs a red dragon, how about her 2 redheads, Vicky and Max? One of those or both. So no matter how you spin it, Robin is either the Thessalhydra, Tiamat, one of the cult followers, or one of the heads. She is implicated entirely.